morning. Welcome to Flat Earth Early Bird number 2505. I'm your host Arwin. And before we start the show, please don't forget to share it on any platform you deem fit. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel and support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. I still really use it. Right. Did get some nice PayPals yesterday, so really appreciate that. Right. Weather. It's even more snow. So yeah, last night it started snowing again, and pretty hard too. So it's like a much thicker pack of snow now on the roof and down there. Somebody actually started to make a snowman down there. It's just one ball of snow though. Maybe they'll continue that. I mean, there's still plenty of snow around. There's a lot, and there's like kids goofing around with snowballs. No fireworks. Really haven't heard any. Barely, like maybe one or two somewhere, but it's really like stopped, and kind of glad of it. It's nice and peaceful. So the clouds are pretty thick. It does look like it could snow again, so it might be on and off snowing throughout the day, even during the show. Still some blue sky in between there. There's a bit of wind, but not very hard. And it is cold, safe to say. I don't know if it's freezing, but it's going to be very close to zero. Right, so hello, it is Saturday the 3rd of January 2026. Temperatures, 2 degrees Celsius, 82% humidity, 11 kilometers an hour wind, 21% precipitation, with more moderate snow, ice warnings. And I mean, yeah, definitely. But I mean, like the salt trucks have been, salt trucks have been going around. That was already yesterday, and so the roads seem to be somewhat ice-free. Right, yeah, with more of that the coming week. Pretty much looks like it could be like that all week. Monday, very sunny, apparently. According to this. I'll just share the view of it. There we go. Right. So, hope everybody's having a great weekend. Had a fun Friday yesterday overall. Got pretty late. Finished watching the Frankenstein movie. And yeah, I kind of don't even feel like I can supplement my review yesterday. Because it was just more of the same, nothing really unexpected happened in like the last hour. And yeah, I mean, everything I said still stands. It is a bit like the story change. Second half of the story just is like about basically, it's kind of angsty and gothic, and to be fair, I find it kind of annoying. I mean, I think that for what it was representing, the actor did fine. It was played out very serious and mythical, and it was, but still, like, yeah, I mean, it's just not really Frankenstein. So it's just like Frankenstein adjacent. I don't know. It's like the entire thing was just really good, but then there's just something off about it. It's like if you didn't know the Frankenstein story, you would really not notice. Or maybe even then you would. But it just, like, yeah, to me it is something, it just feels a bit off. Right, it's still worth a watch though. I mean, especially the first half. Maybe the second half, like, somebody watching will like start to sense it too and be like, not as good as the first half. I don't know. Still worth a watch, just for the picturesque scenery and everything, because it's just beautiful shots in it throughout. Right, anyway. Then I kind of continued watching Battlestar Galactica, the second run through, and realized, like, it's almost like the Frankenstein movie was doing something. Could not be destroyed even with dynamite, apparently. That was insane. Right, they treat it like it's a curse. Like he figures out like he can't die, and then it's like a curse. Which, I mean, it would be. It's just not Frankenstein. Like, a part of the original story from Frankenstein, especially in the movie, was that there was this vulnerability to Frankenstein. That he was human and vulnerable and like a kid almost inside. And that like made it really special. Because then it's like the vulnerability of the individual that basically was created versus the misunderstanding world that's very harsh and doesn't see that. And then the audience gets to see that special side. Like, that's part of the movie magic, the story. That didn't really work here. Because the thing, despite becoming sort of civilized and intelligent more and more, the whole thing that surrounded it is pretty damn grim. And like, he saw it as a curse, and he was very emotional and frustrated towards the world and angsty. And that just sets a completely different tone to the original sympathy drawing Frankenstein's monster character, which had this secret human aspect to it and was vulnerable. And like, that just didn't work here. So it's not the same story. It just isn't. It was fine. It's just not Frankenstein. It's not true to the feel of the original, right? And that, I guess that's the best way to say it. I think it's really that. So yeah, it's more gothic this way, I guess, in a way or two. Although, yeah, vulnerability in monsters is also a very gothic theme. Actually, more gothic, more, yeah. It's like Edward Scissorhands is also like that. It's like, oh, a creepy thing, but he's actually really vulnerable, and it's really, the audience gets to see that. So I guess that Edward Scissorhands in a way is almost like a more Frankenstein true story than the Frankenstein movie in that sense. When you look at like the theater experience and the interaction of the audience with the characters, because that is really very important. for movies, especially if it's gonna hit a wide audience, because more people do that than actually really pay attention to story structure and all that. They respond with their emotions, and like they're drawn into characters and sympathy and all that. That's how the bigger movies that are successful really operate, by providing that specifically. Right. Anyway, just some insights on that, I guess, supplemental. But yeah, going back to the Battlestar Galactica, I did really notice, like, theme. Cylons, immortal, created by men. Have issues. Or between it. And then Frankenstein. Oh, a natural creation. Immortal, in conflict with man. Anyway. I mean, there's like 20 years in between them, so, but they might have like just been a bit inspired by it. Because in a way, like, they made a superior creation out of him, supernaturally. Because when you assemble a bunch of flesh, when you create a flesh golem, it's not gonna be a superior living being. It's just not. It's going to be mechanically, in ways, held together and all that. And I thought it was going to be that, but then they didn't do it. Because I thought he was going to be basically like it's like almost like a Darth Vader with like machine components inside of him to like keep him fused up and all that. And that it was going to be like that, but no, it was like basically a living being that couldn't die and regenerate, and no machine components to it. Right. So yeah, I guess like I was a little bit misled in the first half because of that, because it suggested all these things. Anyway. Right, yesterday overall, a bit of a slow show, but still fine. I had some good insights, I think, if I remember correctly. A lot of the insights that I actually have, I don't even remember them after I've done it. After I've done the show. This is just flow state. Because all these things come out of me through flow state anyway. It's like, it spontaneously arrives. These conclusions I have are spontaneous, and I might like forget about it, and then later basically go through the same pattern, and then the same result rolls out. Because it's all just my natural conclusions. There's no trickery that I'm performing. Just digging through and giving you a clear sight of what's going on in my mind. That's it. And it is consistent. But a lot of the times I don't remember it. Talking about stuff for the first time, and it's just very agreeable because, well, we agree about everything. Right. It's weird. Anyway, the unexpected Nathan Oakley on the show yesterday was kind of weird. It was fun at first, but it got kind of sour. Well, hello Wesley. Not more than usual. But I mean, he was basically in full war mode as he gets when he gets like zerged by ballers. But it was a stupid situation, in fact. Like he was not. Skanking and him not being worth addressing, while those people that were doing that were on server mute. And then he says, like, basically, I only want to hear it. Well, those people are on mute, so it's like, dude, this is like, that's sorry, that's just embarrassing. It's humiliating to yourself. Like, you're being a hypocrite. And for what? You don't need to do that. Like, makes you look bad again. It's such a shame. I mean, when you do it like on your own server or server that you're used to, I don't know, the political server, the probably rowdy places where there's just back and forth all the time, no real control, no good moderation. Yeah, I get it, and totally. But worldwide debates is, like, Riggs is a pretty good moderator. He has been when I'm joining up with that show. And yeah, Nathan just was not. He was just like doing a server raid, invading it, dominating it, and just yelling at everybody. And I mean, and rolling out the foundational arguments. And I mean, yeah, they are solid, they do hold up, they're technically super correct. I'll give him that. But then, like, well, when you got that, why would you then need to be so freaking hostile? Like, that part I do not understand. I mean, I understand how it happens, I just don't understand why you would keep letting that happen. I don't let that happen. Anyway. Yeah, I did stand up to myself, did not get super rude, and that part I'm very proud of, that I did not get swept up in the frenzy this time. It's just like, I'm not gonna have my live show and then have him do that, and that I can't get a word in, or that I can't be frustrated about it or something. So it's just like, okay, well, have fun with all the muted ballers. I'll take my business elsewhere. Right. Right, and I wasn't even being like a ball-win or anything. I was just like, hey, there's research going on. This is interesting. Like, there's developments. I was literally just reporting out on developments, on like, hey, there's things happening. Like, I'd expect like, oh, that's interesting, but no, apparently that's not interesting at all. Neil was, yeah, but Neil's never happy. God. Ugh. Who cares? He's just a whining bitch every time. Just can't deal with that guy. Ugh. Like, yeah, I didn't sit in afterward or anything. Just went on my business. Let's see what's going on out there. Venezuela's capital, Caracas. So I guess that's happening. So much for the peace president. No new wars. There's not a lot of people out there that are really agreeing to this. They're all like, yeah, we understand, and Monroe Doctrine, but still, you are breaking election promises. So, yeah. That's happening. Oh, Maduro's captured, apparently. Just new in headline. Truth Social minutes ago it was announced he was captured with his wife. News conference at 11 a.m. Wow, that okay. Well, okay, that was quick. Good. I mean, because yeah, there's this thing apparently that if you do an action and it lasts longer than 10 days, like war has to be declared or it has to be discontinued. Well, yeah, with this, the action starting apparently like last night. This is pretty quick. Right. Wonder what the casualty count will be. Like, they might have a 0 casualty count. Like with US soldiers. I mean, that would be kind of impressive. Alright, we'll see. We'll hear more about it. I'm pretty sure that Alex is gonna do a Saturday stream with this happening. He wouldn't be able to contain himself. I'm gonna be a cloud chaser and put it in my headline. Probably see it for bursts here. A lot of idea. Right, so yeah, US did that this night. I mean, quick, one night. shit, that this is the stuff that I might have done like 20 years ago if I was editing something. So I just wanted to share that. Let's see, sound, yeah. It's Arnold here, Conan the Barbarian. That's it. Hilarious. Great. Just two things added together. I mean, that is what I love. Like, that's how I would edit things together for comedy. Great stuff. Because it's so simple. It's like a hybrid. It was always there. You just do it. Right, so yeah. Now what? What am I gonna talk about? No further actions expected in Venezuela. Right. I captured him. Strikes on key military installations, whatever that means. Expected in Venezuela. Yeah, I've been thinking. Somebody's saying here North Korea could be next. It could be. That could happen potentially. There was a whole section in my visions about it. Like, and that really stood out. I mean, if Trump really is on just kind of like a neocon rollout to get all these military projects in wait, because all this stuff has been prepared for this, and he's just like gonna play it out for a military industrial complex, for the political apparatus, which the neocons are a part. Well then, yeah, this is one step, and it's a good chance like North Korea is gonna be on the list, maybe a little bit further down the line, and yeah, and Iran. Because I don't know if I already mentioned this, but there's like a color revolution happening there, subtly. And it's going pretty hard. It's like happened in the last few days. And yeah. Trump has said he would go after them if they started shooting protesters, and I mean, they have shot protesters. They're not taking shit. So that could be happening now soon. Because again, it is on the list. It is on the rollout list. Trump is fulfilling, right? He is fulfilling the neocon plans. He is fulfilling the military-industrial complex setups. That's how I see it. And the reason behind it is probably, well, because it does stimulate the economy, if anything. Yeah, it's all wrong. It's not Christian. It's devious. It's meddlesome. And the people that have organized it are definitely not trustworthy in any way, especially when it comes to the well-being of America. Like, of the rights of the people, of the Constitution. But yeah, it will get the economy going. So, and that always seems to be the thing with Trump, is like, well, if it's not good for the economy, I'm not going to do it. But if it is, even if it's bad, then he might, and it seems like he is. So all right. So we'll see. This might be the first thing in a whole line of things. Like maybe this year it is gonna roll out. It's just gonna be like, okay, first Venezuela, very early in the year, and next Iran with their color revolution, and then who knows what happens after that. Might be North Korea, might be some other Pacific thing. Have I had visions regarding the next US president? That's actually a really good question. I have to dig pretty deep. I'm just looking if there is actual scope outside of Trump's presidencies. Because there is a potential chance that at the end of this, like, things might get pretty chaotic and he might literally hold on to power. And like, oh my god, yeah, because literally there's like a civil war, effectively. There's a political Marxist revolution happening, quite overtly. And I mean, he would need to, just to keep securing it, especially now that he's not immediately arresting deep staters, but just like exposing them and not doing anything. Well then, yeah, at the end, he will probably need to basically stay in power with an emergency to then get it done anyway. Like, I think it might roll out like that. Right. What the one thing that doesn't happen is he doesn't die, and he does not end up getting like a giant trial or something, like he's a war criminal. Like, that's not happening at any point. But he might. It really depends. Like, he might at some point, as I've hinted at this before, like, if he like basically goes along with the neocons to the point where he would then like more directly attack Russia, like engage in direct combat more openly, like, then there's a good chance that he will like be relieved of power. But other than that, like, no, he's basically, look, he's actually effectively being a representative of the machine that is running the US, like the military industrial complex, the planners, and it doesn't get you back to like actual Americanism and constitutionalism and all that, but it does keep the whole thing rolling, and he is doing that. So he is like being a representative of it. Not so much the people, but like the corporate system and the planners, military industry. So, and that will definitely keep you in power, because then he basically is just greasing the machine so that it doesn't crash. And I mean, the machine, and people that are basically like mafia staying in power there through the industry and everything, yeah, they will appreciate that. So that will enable him to maneuver much more easily and not get indicted and be able to hold on to power for emergencies, and it will be accepted because he's actually, for the machine, doing a great job, right? So that's how I think it'll all happen. And it's gonna be ugly in many ways, and malcontent is gonna keep going. Certain people's hearts will harden towards it all, and yeah, I mean, it is gonna like hollow out morale in ways. And a lot of people will also give up on MAGA. Not so much on the idea of it, but on it being feasible with everything that's happening. Trump is moving away from it so much and turning it into MAGA, which a lot of people find very disturbing, including myself, because he's just so gleeful about it. Ugh, ugly. Ooh, the sun. Anyway, let me share that sun. Look at the sun. Woo-hoo. Some blue sky. Nice. That happened quick. Right, if anything, if I wanted to dig deeper and like try to make a prediction, like who will be president after Trump, I think if that happens, I think the next president's going to be a relatively young guy. I think that Trump will be kind of like the last boomer president in ways, because I mean, a lot of faith has been lost in the whole boomer political industry, which they are. They're all boomers, like, in place. And like once actual persecution start, which will all happen very late, because they are the deep state effectively, after that, well, people will all just go for younger politicians. Like they want to get rid of boomers, not like put them in camps or anything, but just like not let them in power. They will have a natural distrust for old people because of everything that's happened. So I think that the next president after Trump will be pretty young. And sounds weird, it could be JD Vance. He is pretty young. It could also be some other person that nobody's ever heard of. So, but I think that, yeah, the next presidents after him will be very young. And I also think that they will actually do exceptionally well, because they, for some reason, will be more focused on actually restoring the grassroots and kind of building down on the machine, the military-industrial complex, right, and the planners and the neocons, because they will basically recognize, like, okay, we rolled out our thing, now we're done. There's no more plans beyond this. They've basically done everything that they put together in the last century. All their plans, all their international sneaky stuff, and like control opposition, rollouts, everything, it will be fulfilled as Trump is fulfilling it. And so then they will be able to let go, and a newer generation will take over. But I mean, this could be in like 2034. not necessarily in 2030. So 5D just no. What? 5D chip. Stop it, viscosity. You don't have to make things so damn gross. I am being very reasonable here with my rollout. You don't have to make it so damn polarized. What's the point? Anyhow. So yeah, prediction. Hope you appreciate it, Wesley. And I appreciate a good question. Somebody that actually is asking me a question that is like detailed, that I can like spend some time answering. I hope you appreciate it. Love to hear more good questions. Right? Because that gives me something to work with. Right, anyway, hope everybody appreciates the show. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking it. The sun looks really beautiful reflected in the snow. Nice. Oh. Right, but yeah, overall I think that like the real new international struggle will be energy, the energy wars. And it's already happening. It's already been happening, but it's going to be like very focused on a lot energy providing, because there is so much development in this, and there's like all these new technologies basically bubbling up. The rubber barons can't really put it down anymore. They can just prevent it from getting traction in the world, but like everybody's just developing shit and like communicating it, and then everybody else just like, okay, we're gonna do that too. People are like getting all sorts of like technological upgrades in their garage setup. Like it's really going around thanks to the internet. And a lot of them are understanding too, like, yeah, this is cool, you can make this thing and then just use it. But if you try to like patent it and make a giant industry out of it, yeah, you're probably gonna disappear. Like, people, like, it's finally sinking in. Like, how many inventors disappearing stories do you need to see before you finally figure it out? right? But it's getting out there, and so there is like unexpected energy independence here and there that's sort of off the radar, and that's really how you can get away with it. And there's tons of people doing that. Most of them, like, they are not even on the internet. They're like, no, we're keeping away from it because then otherwise it might be discovered we're doing that, and then somebody might come after us. So a lot of them are doing it and just being completely off radar internet-wise. Or mostly. While others will do it on purpose to try to secure themselves, like to have a ongoing witness. Right? And just not being ambitious with it. That might do it too. So yeah, but the energy wars are really going to be a thing because of all the new emerging technology, or re-emerging, refloating, that had been suppressed for so long. Because all that stuff had been figured out like throughout the 20th century. It's just getting more perfected now. And more easily accessible, and make it easier. Not always dependent on huge industry to accommodate. Like, people can actually start to make this stuff in their own garages. And yeah, I think that is gonna be interesting. But of course, AI demanding giant amounts of energy. And at first that's going to be a giant parasitic problem until like new energy thing, new reactors will like start to become standardized. Because once that happens, it's like an energy golden age, and there will be competition. Because the US is very likely to roll out some kind of like, not saying this exactly, but the idea of like a micro nuclear reactor or a micro fusion reactor, or like a cold fusion reactor, something that's going to deliver a lot of energy and is relatively cheap. But then as the trade wars go, China's immediately going to release their own thing, and Russia might too, so that like they will all have their thing to provide energy, and there's going to be a big competition onto like what country is going to buy which ones, and bickering, of course, market bickering and trickery and all that. But once that happens, that will really change the scene though, because then there will be no more brownouts like anywhere, and also even small settlements will have like vast access to energy. It will, because of its decentralized system, right? You just bring a suitcase with you with the power generator, and you have like a small village worth of electricity available that you can literally take out in the middle of nowhere and just plug it in your cabin and like operate heavy machinery basically. So yeah, it will change how things will work. Right, but until then, the energy wars, like, it will basically also in that sense be the energy tycoons and all that trying to scoop up the last profits before they become dissolved, before the market basically dissolves because of the introduction of the new standard systems that are going to really take away the energy scarcity and the profits with it. Right? But until then, yeah, woo, lots of opportunity to make a lot of money and squeeze the people for it, right? And like also giant contracts because of the AI, because the AI massive energy needs, well, they are going to pay for that. And of course the government's going to try to make the public pay by just using the taxes to pay for it. So yeah, It's gonna get messy until the introduction of the new standardized system. And I don't know exactly when that's gonna happen too. It might not even be like in the next 3 years. It might be after in 2030. Who knows? I don't anticipate that it will happen this year, but I don't know, they might suddenly do it out of nowhere too. I can't exactly predict when that's gonna happen. I just kind of like, through the visions, also distinctly remember that how that rolls out. So I do expect a new standardized super efficient energy system and a new way of doing the energy industry. I think that there's a good chance that it will come out, like through governments, ushering in like the energy age, whatever. And you know, Trump loves to be the one to like be the first one to roll it out and then the whole world adopts it. Like, he would love to be that person to do that. He always loves that. So there's a very good chance it will happen within his presidency. But yeah, before that happens, the energy wars that have basically already been ongoing. And unfortunately also with the energy wars comes like sabotage of energy plants. Kind of like how they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline that provided cheap gas from Russia to Germany and the rest of Europe. And like how there seems to be power plants in Ukraine getting blown up and shit again. Not Chernobyl, but like they are getting sabotaged, and in other places too, and like in the US, and expect to be more of that. It's part of the energy wars. Yeah, that means power plants getting blown up, sabotaged and shit. Sabotage of energy. It's part of the energy wars, and it sucks. Everybody hates it. Everybody's like, how fucking dare you? Who's responsible for this? And who is responsible for this is all going to be pointing fingers at the opposing factions. Like, they did it! Just like what happened in Nord Stream, right? I mean, Biden practically bragged about going to do it. And then the official story is like, oh no, Russia did it to themselves. Nobody buys that. So it's, yeah, more of that type of shit. And most likely a lot of it around Russia and Ukraine still, because I don't see that situation there actually ending very quickly. Supposed peace efforts that Trump is trying to do, it just seems more ceremonial, because Zelensky is a freaking nutcase. Everybody knows it. Russia is very open about understanding that he is a nutcase. That NATO here is also quite maniacal and evil. So, I mean, they are prepared. They know, like, yeah, this is not gonna end anytime soon. But they're not also not, like, doing some kind of final strike to get it over with. They really seem to be aiming for a strategy of just keeping a balance, to be able to hold out for on the long run, because I mean they will survive that, while any enemy that tries to take them, they will not survive the long run. So they just keep going to like a guaranteed winning strategy, I guess. I mean, they will win. Really, they will. I've been saying it for so long. It's like there's no way that anybody, any group out there is going to conquer Russia. It's just not going to happen anymore. Those times have gone. Right. So there you go. Hope you all appreciated my insights and predictions. supplement to talk about. I wanted to put the energy wars in there because I mean that is a thing. It's ongoing and it will have an end. At some point a standardized energy system is gonna get rolled out. Cheap, small, portable, abundant. Trump will be first, of course, doing it. Be the one to usher it in, changing the era. And then immediately, like the other factions will also roll out their versions. And then there's gonna be a time of energy abundance. Which will not go away. Like, it will stay that way. And then new problems will arrive, of course. Because, it's like, yeah, if there's energy abundance, there's also things that can potentially go wrong because of energy abundance. People might do some crazy things with it, etc., etc. Potential calamities. Like, too much energy, what the hell happens? Oh, like, in order to have abundant energy, you also need solid infrastructure. And in some places, energy infrastructure has not really been maintained very well. Notoriously in the US, like a lot of their systems are actually kind of outdated. So, yeah, infrastructure challenge for the US. And I mean, that's been sitting right there for a very long time. A lot of people have been complaining, like, when are the roads are going to be renewed? When is the energy grid going to be improved, made more safe, etc.? So, yeah, plenty of labor in the waiting line. It's all a matter of just starting it, engaging with that project. Right. Anyhow. Not getting any Rogans up today, am I? Come on, guys. I want another coffee and maybe some lunch. I've been actually eating a lot recently. It's like I feel like I need to be fattening up or something. Maybe it's because of the snow, I don't know. Yeah. Just need to keep eating, but not too expensive. Right. Anybody wants to go back to bickering about flat Earth and how the globe doesn't have any curved surface foundation and no down, and anybody want to go back to that? Maybe that's what you all tune in for. Nah, I'm pretty sure it isn't. It's probably what you tune in for with flat Earth debates, right? Because that's what they talk about. I talk about predictions of the future and geopolitics and spirit mechanics. And Tartaria. Now here's the funny thing. What the fuck? US bombed the mausoleum of Venezuelan of Hugo Chavez. Seriously? The fuck? They bombed the mausoleum of that guy. I mean, screw him. Fuck that. Fuck Hugo Chavez. But it's still weird that they did that. Apparently they did. Weird. Like, is that really worth it? Also, now I just wonder, like, because there's been like a communist regime in Venezuela, right? So is it actually gonna change? Who's gonna now take? What are they gonna do? Like have elections? What's gonna happen now? Actually, it's weird. Is this action and the capturing of Maduro actually gonna change the regime? Or was he more like a front guy? Which a lot of people suspect. Right, a front for the CIA communist faction. The deep state. Like, so what's gonna happen now? How is it gonna, who's gonna take over? I haven't not heard of anything about that. Nobody's like, there's no article that I've noticed where it's like, oh, meet the potential new president of Venezuela and ready to take over. Like, haven't heard anything of that. So, is Venezuela actually gonna change now? What's going on? Anyway. Oh, there was a whole Chinese special envoy in Venezuela as the bombings happened, apparently. That's in. Raw back nationalist. Let me just share the InfoWars article with you guys. You can look into it if you want to or not. Wow, I really did not expect to have like this sunny afternoon with the snow. I mean, this looks amazing out there. It's probably cold though, but it looks amazing. Look at that. Like the sun has like this warm color to it. It's like the snow's more bluish type white. It looks absolutely amazing. Beautiful. Very glad I can stay inside though. Did go out for groceries yesterday and I am stocked up for the entire weekend, so still have to make that chili. I've been postponing that for like over a week now. But I mean the carrots and the zucchini are still in good shape though. So I could still do it. The rest is all canned. And well, and the chili peppers, they have dried a little bit, but I mean it doesn't really matter. Like they're still gonna do fine. They're not like fungusing up or anything, so just a little shriveled. Still gonna be very hot. Oh yeah, that was interesting. Yesterday, Benjamin had a Topher on, Gardner. It's always a blast to listen to that because he just auto talks esoterica at a high level. It was great. And it was really interesting because like he basically made an item out of like colloquially chemtrails. And it was pretty fascinating to hear him out. Like he had actually dug into it. And he came to the conclusions that I have arrived to. Except there's one difference. I literally just tapped into it as an oracle. He actually like went to places, tested it, looked at the processes of testing it, and figured out like, hey, there's some misunderstanding here. It might not all just be toxic. Which is exactly what I've been saying. Like, I'm not sure whether it's actually all that aluminum and barium salt stuff that is like so standard in the rollout of the chemtrail conspiracy. And like, yeah, he basically came to the same conclusion, and it's kind of awesome that I have a view on things. I'm very certain about it in my own way, and then somebody like does the field work and the actual testing and then has the same conclusion. Like, I got that conclusion, except I didn't really have to do anything in the field to attain it. I just took it from the future, as an oracle does. And now I'm bragging about it, and there's going to be a lot of people that think that's really silly and funny, and so they're going to try to make fun of that. And I don't give a fuck, because I do what I do. And it's up to you whether you're going to give recognition afterward as to what I did. Whether you're going to think, oh, he's just randomly gambling these things and then turning out to be right every time. Or maybe I do actually have this clear look onto what will actually be true, be known to be true in the future. So up to you guys. And if you've been following me for a long time, you know there's things that I have been predicting about the future that have kind of gradually rolled out. Especially when it comes to like updating the understanding of the average public and the different levels and where they go, where they migrate, how they change. I have made predictions about these things, and they have come to pass. Of course, I've not predicted everything because there's a lot happening and it's kind of hectic and things keep shifting around. And there's a lot of clout dragging out there on social media. It really it's like it's all almost turning into like gossip magazine material again. I still remember from the 90s, before the internet, there were like these gossip magazines lying in every store, in a lot of stores in the supermarket, and they're just like attention grabby, and the stories in there are so obnoxious, so whiny. And that's the social media cloud. That's exactly what that is. Just never-ending whiny and paranoia, and it's just, oh my god, this is so fucking tedious. Are people this stupid? And the answer is yes. Oh my god, what has happened to everyone? No, it was always there. People have always been that stupid. It's just gossip magazines re-emerging in a new medium. But there have always been tons of stupid people that just get caught up in that shit. They just can't help it, but they have to keep following it, even though it doesn't make them happy. And it's just happening over again. Just like in the 90s with gossip magazines, and now it's just online cloud chasing. And yeah. What you gonna do? Except try not to play into that bad habit, because it's a bad habit of people. It's not good for them. So you might want to stop feeding it. Stop feeding the cloud. So people could just get back to what they really need to be doing with their lives. Instead of feeding them a steady diet of distraction away from it. Which is really what cloud is all about. Have any of my predictions not come to be? No, not really. It's just the timing. I've been off with my timing sometimes, Wesley. Where I thought like, this is gonna happen right now. I saw it. And then it's like, no, it's not happening. And then like 4 or 7 years later, suddenly you're like, oh, now it's happening. What the hell? I thought it was happening then. Because I need to remind people, when I had the vision thing, which is big, it wasn't all in time linear order. It was chaotic. Things from the future would be inserted into the current, and sometimes things from the past be dragged into it, and it wouldn't be abundantly clear. So yeah, I did not have just like a time linear playbook available to me with the vision. It's not how it worked. I've been having to figure it all out. It's more like a puzzle that I'm just trying to divine, like, where does this piece fit? Where does that piece fit? Is it from the future? Is it from the past? and then just me in a time linear experience recognizing like, oh, that's where that part is. Okay, so now that I know it was that part, how does that help me figure out some of the rest of it? Put that in a better spot on the map of how things transpire. Right? It's an ongoing process. Right, but I mean, every bigger prediction, like for example the whole Rise of the Phoenix and all that from last year, I did definitely mention like there's two directions this can go. And unfortunately it took the nosedive, which I really didn't want. Nobody wanted that, but it happened anyway. Right, and that's not necessarily the end of it. It's the end of a certain level. It's the end of a certain spiritual cohesion in a way, but it's not the total end. But effectively it is demoralizing, which is like loss of spirit cohesion really is. You lose trust in a certain energy thing, in a collective thing that you could use to empower yourself, and that drops out. And unfortunately with a lot of people, when that happens, they literally lose their character. Like they degrade, they degenerate, they let go of their civilized behaviors. But yeah, not everybody. Some can still just keep it to themselves, hold on for better days. But yeah, that's what demoralization does. Loss of spirit cohesion. Right. But yeah, I did predict that it could go either way, and I was just really betting on it going the right way because like I just want things to work out. I really do. But yeah, I was not the one that was gonna choose. It's Trump, and this is what he chose. Right. Right, so yeah, again, to answer the question, good question again. There's not been any prediction that have not come to be. It's just that, if anything, they haven't happened yet. And with some of the things, I hope they never will, because it was absolutely devastating. Right? But in retrospect, also likely to be based on science fiction. Like, dude, I got to see like nuclear devastation, which I'm very certain is not real. But it was simulated, it was being impressed on me. Like, I had a small simulation, a small chapter where it supposedly happened here in the Netherlands, completely destroying the infrastructure cohesion of the Netherlands. But I mean, I'm very certain that it wasn't real, it was a simulated thing. A what-if scenario being simulated. But I know nukes are not real, not that. I mean, firebombing could theoretically happen, but that would look very different. And would not have like the same end result. So, and I don't think that'll happen. When it comes to turmoil in Europe, it really is the invading immigration situation that is our main problem that destroys the most. Not bombs. Not bombs from foreign nations. From militaries. That's not gonna do the damage. I mean, the frickin' church burnt down. A really beautiful one here in the Netherlands, in Amsterdam. Just 2 days ago. Like, that's the type of damage. And more. Like, city blocks could just go in flames all of a sudden. Similar to like the BLM riots in the US. Like, that was really shocking seeing all that. It didn't happen here, but it could still happen. That is really what we should be fearing here in the Netherlands and preparing for the most. For organized mobs that are literally gonna just destroy entire neighborhoods. Gotta really plan for that. And also realize that with the current leadership, they would literally let it all happen and let it all burn, and just the police forces and they can't just allow themselves to let it all happen like that. It must be organized to prevent or stop that or minimize the damage when that happens. They have to. Because I mean, it's their own backyard. You'd be crazy not to. Like, oh, we can't stop these riots. What? So you're just gonna let literally the city that you live in and have a house in be completely burnt? That would be crazy. Why would you be negligent with your duties as an officer and your own freaking house gets burned down because of it? That's just fucking insane. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta do something to stop it. Organize. Whenever the signs are there. It's also about whether the secret services here are actually gonna give heads up, or if they have completely corrupted and are just assisting the foreign invaders, right? It's all about that. Are the secret services actually going to do their job, or are they more concerned about the free speech of the natives, and if they're not going to speak out against it, like that shit, right? Are they actually going to do their jobs, the real jobs, and not the communist appointed tasks of betraying the nation? Yeah, that's the real question. Anyway, I've been rambling on for 1 hour 24 minutes. Hope you all appreciate it. Don't forget to Rogans it up if you are, and leave a comment. Ask more questions. Wesley, I really appreciate your presence. I mean, you are a baller, but you got an attention span. Right, and you're not just obsessed with the whole we gotta stop the flat earth. So yeah, I appreciate you visiting my chat. I gotta take a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Don't forget to Romans it up. Don't go anywhere. I'm back. Let's see. Oh, it's relatively uneventful over at Worldwide Debates and Earth Awakenings. I might pop over 1.5 hour in. Just take a look. What's happening in here? Dawn. Denmark. Dank. There's a lot of D's in there. What's in there? Jeremy. Yeah, maybe I'll just not do that today. I don't know. I'll wait for a bit. 22 watching. There's plenty here. 23. Come on, guys, don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show. It's kind of geopolitics today. And some prediction stuff, and I mean, yeah, I don't really get a lot of feedback from people about this. Maybe they're all still trying to figure out what to make of what I'm even doing with it. It's like, what is he doing? Like, what is his narrative? Like, I don't have a narrative. I'm literally trying to predict the future. Based at, like, cross-referencing it with, like, the vision. That's really it. I'm, like, neutral. I mean, I want the best for everything. It's just... the world is a very harsh and at times merciless place. And there's mercy with things that would probably fare better if it wasn't so merciful, and then others that really would benefit with mercy, they don't get it. So there is a lot of injustice spiritually, asymmetry, and that's really like the entire tone of the deep state, is their monstrous hypocrisy, their neo-feudalism. Like us, and we don't have to follow any of the rules, and we get all the comforts, and them, and they get the book thrown at them. That's the real tone of it. That's the real thing we're fighting, is the hypocrisy. And yeah, I mean, you can't stop it. You can't stop that unless you start to savagely punish those that do that. That shamelessly and gleefully engage with savage hypocrisies and are obsessed with their own powers, with their group and their own personal power, and are willing to be hypocritical about it and unjust. Well, you have to really punish those. You can't just like take them out of power and then expect them to go away. You have to really punish them brutally. That's the only thing that will snap them out of it, or snap those that can out of it, and for others they will literally use it for their own delusional martyrdom. And I mean, give it to them. Yeah, give the Satanists their martyrs, and they will hype it up in the media and all that. It doesn't matter anymore. Just give them their frickin' martyrs, man. Everybody knows they're frickin' Satanists, so just let them do that. They have to be punished. It doesn't matter how it can be used in the media. It really doesn't. Because the media's ability to actually gaslight the people has diminished severely. It's only still working for those that want to be fooled. And their numbers are dwindling. Because people only want to be fooled when their life is comfortable enough for them to be able to get away with that. They're too uncomfortable, and it's not gonna work. Because their life sucks too much. So, nip it in the bud, brutal punishment, and you move on. And you re-establish justice and the spirit of justice specifically. To condemn hypocrisy and to make more effort to persecute it quickly. And not just let it roll on to only in the end start doing anything about it, because that just keeps doing massive damage. It will keep sabotaging whatever you're trying to build. Right? If you're building something and you have saboteurs, do you just let them sabotage it, ruin it, and then afterward cry victim and go after them? Or do you actually try to stop them in their tracks? You have to stop them in their tracks, not after the damage is done. What's the point otherwise? Anyway. Oh no, the sun is going under. Oh, the sun. Please don't go. Can we just have another 4 hours of sun or something? Yeah. They're having a snowball fight down there. Alrighty then. All right. Right. So yeah, I'm gonna round out the show. It's been cool. Not super long, but I mean, I guess still a lot of engagement. I do appreciate Wesley's questions and all that in the chat. But yeah, I am gonna round out. So thanks everyone for coming. Hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do support me through the PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over at the Rumble live chat when the show is live.